Hello and welcome back to the Rafter KL Playoff Series pre-show for event number 2, presented by Champion Genetics. The very best in preserving your genetics, semen collection, IVF fertilization, family owned and operated, based out of Canton, Texas. If you're looking to collect your superstar bull or create the dream of your cross, the only option is Champion Genetics. All right, let's get into the fantasy games before we dive into the pre-show for Playoff Series event number 2. It's going to look a little bit different this month with the fantasy games. The entries are open right now. I'll post a link in the description of this video, as well as the link to sign up on my website, rafterkl.com. This time around, we're going to play Bullseye style. Bullseye style meaning you pick one bull and you enter a target score in 1/10 of a point. The closest target score to the official score at the end of the event is going to win $100, thanks to our friends at Bullseye Fraternity. In second place is going to receive $50. It's a chance at free money, guys. Fantasy games, pick a bull, submit a target score. It'll take you less than 5 minutes to sign up. So thanks to our friends at Bullseye Fraternity for the $100 to the winner. Let's dive right into, I've got my computer here in front of me. If you see me looking down a little bit, that's what I'm doing. We've got 13 total entries. Playoff Series event number 2. It's going to take place in Ada, Oklahoma at the Barrow Arena, the same place as Playoff Series event number 1. Tour stop number 3 will be at a different location. And at this one, we're going to see 4 new bulls from what we saw at Playoff Series event number 1. The Scarborough Bulls, they're out this week or this month. Playoff Series stop number 2. And we're going to see 4 new bulls. So let's dive right into it. 402, Prove 'em Wrong from the Draft Syndicate, raised by Lauren and Logan High from Canada. He was selected number 8 in the 2025 draft. This is his first Playoff Series event of 2026. And this bull's got all kinds of talent. Before leading up, trying to get ready to go to Vegas, hauling him around a little bit. This bull will leap off the ground and kick. He has all kinds of intensity. He just has a tendency to go a few jumps before hooking up to that left-handed spin. So the Draft Syndicate, they wanted to go ahead and enter this bull and hope that he puts it together a little bit closer. And if he does, I think this bull is definitely going to be a player in the Playoff Series. Carson and Smith, 43, owned by Herndon Bucking Bulls from North Carolina. He was selected number 4 in the 2025 draft. Both of these bulls, Prove 'em Wrong and 43, are 2 of the 4 new bulls we're going to see Playoff Series event 2. This is obviously his first event of 2026, and he just got here on Tuesday of the week of Playoff Series event number 2 from North Carolina. This bull had a ton of talent, a big, stand-up, solid black bull that I was a fan of, and rightfully so, to go number 4 in the draft last year. Quite frankly, we're shooting from the hip here. I don't know the last time he was bucked. I don't really know anything since the bull left my care right after the draft. So kind of shooting from the hip, but if the bull does what he's capable of doing, I think you're going to see this bull inside the money Playoff Series event number 2. 3M, owned by Premier Livestock, 90.30 points, finishing second at Playoff Series event number 1 by 1/10 of a point. We're going to get into that a little bit later. Number 2 in the Playoff Series standings early on, and he had a really, really solid warm-up trip this week. He had a little bit of a bobble around the corner, kind of stumbled in his front feet, but he had a lot of intensity, and I'm going to say this. Sometimes these bulls get complacent at the house, and I feel like when you buck them here, you're like, God, like you're supposed to be a lot better than that. And this bull's one of those. He bucks really hard on the road and kind of goes through the motions here at the house. Like it just doesn't quite get his motor running. He likes the pressure. He likes the lights. He likes the music. And coming off a number 2 finish at the first event of the season, Playoff Series event, I think this bull will definitely be a force to be reckoned with as the Playoff Series progresses on throughout the season. 400 Gravy Biscuit, Crooked Creek Bucking Bulls, 89.6 to pick up a third-place finish and get a check at Playoff Series event number 1. This bull is progressively getting better and not just in my opinion, in the judges' scores at the events. He was 80, 84, 85 at the finals. He was 86, he was 88, he was 89. And so I really think Gravy Biscuit, again, another bull that had a solid trip here at the house. I didn't let him wear the dummy very long, but he hasn't been bucked, hasn't seen a buck and shoot since playoff series event number 1, January 17th. So we're pushing that 30-day mark, and I didn't want to take him roughly a month fresh. So really solid. I think this bull is getting solid. I think he's figured the game out. Number 3 in the playoff series standings. The reason I keep referencing that is there will be some playoff series season end awards when we get to the playoff series finale there July 31st. So the playoff series is important along with these events as we move along. JTR 402, this was the number 15 pick in the 2025 draft. Another bull selected by Herndon Bucking Bulls in North Carolina. Very talented, very wild. This was a bull that I told everybody in the draft, if you're willing to wait, you're willing to work with one, you're willing to be patient, I think this one could pay off. And he went number 15 in the draft. Again, same deal with 43. I don't really know a whole lot of what's happened between draft time and now, but I do know that he's here and will be competing in playoff series event number 2 for his first ever competition. Not just in the playoff series, but first competition ever. Let's go to the solid as a rock KL 401, owned by Premier Livestock, their number 9 pick in the draft last year. He was 88.7 at playoff series event number 1 to be 4th, 1 hole out of the money. Very, very solid warm-up trip. I was talking about those bulls that are getting complacent. This bull is getting big and stout, and he's pretty complacent here at the house. He's going to go left, and really that's kind of about it. But this week I was impressed with his intensity level. He usually does fine on the road. He's going to be in that high 88s, 89 range. And this week at the house, he had a very solid warm-up trip, lots of intensity, and it's got me excited to see if this bull can edge out some of the competition and get a check playoff series event number 2. CO6M Truax Big Shot and 6 Bar C. Here's another new bull that we did not see at playoff series event number 1. Number 7 pick in the 2025 draft. This bull was added late, kind of like the Gravy Biscuit was. He was a little bit smaller, kind of like Gravy Biscuit. Had a lot of talent. He'd leap up off the ground and kick, but I bet when I put him in the draft, he didn't have 4 trips in his life. And so I know Justin Cox, the handler on this one for Bill and Jody, been letting him grow. The bull, I seen a video of him earlier this week. His warm-up trip, they decided to enter him in the playoff series event because he's putting the pieces together. This bull has got a lot of talent, and I look for big things from 6M, Truax, Big Shot, and 6 Bar C. Rolling right along, 5M Chili Party from Gray Acres, 87.6 and a 5th place finish at playoff series event number 1. If you guys look at the resume of this bull, he is solid, high 87s, 88s every single time the gate opened. He had a pretty good trip, warm-up trip this week. Again, another bull that hasn't been bucked since playoff series event number 1. He was a little rusty to start with, like he was a little leveled, not a whole lot of juice, and I let that bull wear the dummy a little bit longer than I did a couple of these others because I noticed that as soon as the gate opened, it was like he's going through the motions. And this is a bull that's a little bit mean. He's got plenty of heat, and he's not one that usually goes through the motions here at the house. So as I let him wear that dummy a little bit and he kept bucking, as you can see, he really got to finishing good, extending those back feet, and it's Chili Party's time. It's time for him to get a piece of it at playoff series event number 2. 420 Risky Business, Crooked Creek Bucking Bulls and Matt Price. He flipped over at playoff series event 1 and got a 0. Finished dead last, but it wasn't due to a lack of effort. When those bulls fall and flip over, the judges, it is in the rule book that they will receive a 0. I've since bucked this bull twice at my house since the first playoff series event, and he's knocking it out. In the gate to the right, kicking through those back feet, lots of intensity, and a double-muscled, stacked up, good-looking thing. He's ready to go, and I think it's just a matter of time before it clicks for this bull. And I tell all my customers, and so I'm going to talk about it now, this bull's only been to town. I think this will be his second time outside of when I took him to the draft preview. And it takes these bulls a little bit of time. Very, very rarely do they hit the first time. So you stick with it a little bit. Risky business. His time's coming. I really like what I'm seeing here at the house, and I'm excited to see what he's got for us at Playoff Series event number 2. Lostro 45, Smoky Oak Farms, JP and Hannah Williams from Georgia. 87.4 at Playoff Series event number 1. And then we went ahead and entered him at the 4th qualifier for the Big Bucks fraternity, and a bull that he had a little bit of a bobble. He went way out there and didn't turn at the whistle. He was leaping and kicking, but unlike him, that bull's never not turned in the gate to the right. And I was kind of at a loss for words, to be honest with you, when I seen that happen. And I've since bucked him at the house, knocked it out, extending through those kicks, lots of intensity. I think the bull's back, and again, another bull that I think it's just a matter of time before he puts all the pieces together and causes a wrench in the playoff standings. 24-11 Midnight Chemtrails. RCR is the owner, a.k.a. the pilot. 90.40 points at the first playoff series event to get the W. A full brother to the great Black Powder that was marked as high as 92.9 last year. And this bull had a really bucky warm-up trip. He kind of bounced, hopped, skipped, and was almost like a little too close to the 90. But when he got free and hooked up around the right, I really, really liked what I saw. And it's really cool to watch these bulls progress, because when I moved this bull to the rights as a yearling, he was in the gate to the right, pretty dang solid, knock it out every time. And he had a really solid showing at the draft preview, and I thought, that's what he is. He's going to go right, and he's going to just gin it up every time. And I think this bull's getting better. I think I figured out this bull takes a little bit of flank, and he likes it. And he leads the playoff series standings in the driver's seat. The bull that they're chasing, an early jump on him after playoff series event number 1, Midnight Chemtrails. He's got the target on his back. Everyone will be watching Midnight Chemtrails as the playoff series event number 2 shapes up. We'll roll right along here. 2415, Junkhead, owned by JAKL Investments. 86.8 at the first playoff series event, and it was like he kind of went down the gate and goes left. That's kind of what he's been liking doing here lately, but he almost just went through the motions. Like, he was kind of slow, and so since then, we've put this bull on a diet. He went from about 12 pounds a day to 8 pounds a day. Of course, that's split up into 2 feedings, so 4 and 4 and a flake or 2 of hay. This bull is trimmed up. He's ready. This bull's he's caught another gear. I can tell just he used to not really get worked up about much. Now, keep in mind, he is by himself, but he's not an idiot. He's got a pretty good brain. He's been to Vegas. He's been to some qualifier events. He's qualified to the semifinals next weekend in Oklahoma City. He's been 90 points. So 86.8 at playoff series event number 1 does not scare me. But I will say this. I bucked most of these bulls for a warm-up trip. They hadn't been bucked in a little while. Junkhead, it's a different strategy, because he's going to go down the gate and go left at these events, and he's proven that that's what he wants to do. At my house, he's going to knock it out in the gate to the right. So instead of throwing all that for a whack, we're letting it roll, if you will. So playoff series event number 1, a diet, a little bit of a change. Playoff series event number 2, and I'm expecting big things. This bull's he's looking good, and he's feeling good. The last bull to cover, we may have saved one that is liable to throw a wrench in this whole deal. TBR's waiver wire, Team TBR, that's Shannon Brito, JX Bucking Bulls, that's Harvey Johnson. Number 14 in the 2025 draft last year. He was 89.6 2 weeks after the finals at the Wild and Lawless fraternity to pick up a check. And matter of fact, that bull, that day, he won in prize money what he cost in the draft at his second competition. He was 88.24 at the Barrow, Big Bucks qualifier, his last competition. This bull did miss event number 1. So this is a new bull we're going to see, but this bull is stout. He knows what he's doing. He's on the rights. He's going to go right, and he gets up off the ground, and definitely a bull that we didn't see at the playoff series event number 1, but I can promise you we're going to see him moving forward and definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with in this playoff series as the standings shape up as we grow nearer to July 31st in the playoff series finale, 15,000 added. It's going to be fun to watch all this shape up. We're coming into the month of February. Every month we move along here, these bulls are going to progress a little bit. They're going to hone in their talents. They're going to put the pieces together, and it's going to be really fun to see how all of this progresses as the goal to be the playoff series champion July 31st. So, playoff series number 2, 13 total entries, 4 new bulls. But I've got a question for you. If you watch the pre-show, you watch the warm-up trips, you listen to the in-depth analyzation of where these bulls are at in their career, where they're coming off of their last event at, what is a bull that you're most excited to see at playoff series event number 2? Let me know in the comments. But as far as the playoff series pre-show presented by Champion Genetics, we'll see you next time.